more fallout from a governor's order that takes aim at unaccompanied children who land in Florida as part of a legal federal refugee program. Fox 4's Katie Legrone discovers that the feds are getting involved as the American Academy of Pediatrics voices its concerns. Florida's governor is playing politics with children.
Weeks after we were first to report how the state is inexplicably not renewing the licenses of shelters and foster homes that provide temporary care to unaccompanied children, members of the American Academy of Pediatrics are now calling on Governor DeSantis to revoke the executive order they say is behind this sudden new crackdown on kids.
Our governor has children himself. I just can't imagine how this decision could be made, knowing that kids they can't speak for themselves. They need to be protected.
Dr. Lisa Gwynn leads Florida's chapter and for years has worked with a mobile clinic in Miami that provides care to unaccompanied kids who cross the border and are reunited with family as part of the government's federal refugee resettlement program.
They're innocent. They're excited to be reunited with family. They're excited to be able to go to school and to live in safe communities. And doesn't every child deserve that?
They are farming out people all across communities across the United States, including here in Florida, yet they don't ever tell us what they're doing.
Similar to what Governor Abbott did in Texas over the summer, in September, Governor DeSantis issued this executive order directing state agencies not to support any federal programs, quote, transporting aliens apprehended at the southwest border. DeSantis said it was in response to what he called Biden's border crisis and an ongoing lack of transparency from the feds over who, when, and where they're resettling immigrants in Florida.
We're entitled to know, given that we bear the cost of most of this.
In his order, Florida's Department of Children and Families is directed not to renew the licenses of child care providers who temporarily care for unaccompanied children. Then a few weeks ago, this shelter in Sarasota was forced to relocate nearly 60 unaccompanied children in its care, half under 13, because DCF wouldn't renew its license in time and never explained why.
I've never experienced this before, so I don't really understand.
The center, operated by Lutheran Services of Tampa, is now taking DCF to court. Despite repeated requests, DCF not commenting or explaining to us what's going on. The feds telling us any questions about state licensing should be referred to the state. Meantime, in a statement, U.S. Congresswoman Lois Frankel of Palm Beach County said closing shelters is contrary to the values of our country. Unfortunately, the federal government has limited authority to intervene with the governor's inhumane actions. Frankel also now asking the governor to reverse his policy, which provides exception if DCF determines the resettlement of these children constitutes an evidence of need, though DCF has yet to publicly explain and define what that really means.
A child that doesn't have parents or a place to go, if that isn't evidence of need, I don't know what is. So we are all very, very confused.
With more than a dozen shelters in Florida working with the feds to temporarily care for unaccompanied children, the American Academy of Pediatrics is concerned about whose state license is up next and how many children could find themselves being uprooted again if Florida shuts down to them.
They're already up against so much. And now we're going to have our leadership strip their ability to have a safe place to be able to begin their lives in our country. It's just inexcusable.
A Lutheran spokesperson told us the feds recently granted them a waiver that allows them to operate without a state license. However, the organization is letting its court case go through the process to make sure they are legally able to take care of these unaccompanied children. Katie Legrone reporting.